I look extremely Korean right now, but I suppose that's appropriate because I am in Korea. So as you can see from this video, I have a better camera and I have invested, so hopefully, no, for surely I will be making more videos. I wanted to let you know about what I've been up to and why I'm here and what's been going on, and I've learned a lot, so I hope that I can share some things with you. I first of all want to say that I am very grateful for where I am today, and I'm constantly being molded and being made into the woman of God that God wants me to be, and I believe truly that I'm here for a reason. So let me explain to you what's been going on for me. A few of you may or may not know, but I was participating in a singing competition in Korea called Superstar K, and since then I've been in Korea. But to go back in time, I actually wasn't sure whether or not I should go for the show, but I was told that if I did make it to Super Week, which is kind of like Korea's version of American Idol and then being able to go to Hollywood, but instead I'd be able to go to Korea. And they said that they would provide round-trip flights. So I thought that it was an opportunity that I definitely couldn't miss. Obviously I'm not part of the show anymore, so I'm not competing, but I did make a lot of great friends and I've met very talented people, so I'm really grateful for that. The last time I was here was when I was 13, and actually all my family members live in Korea, including my dad and my grandparents and my cousins, everybody. So in the States it was just my mom, my brother, and I. Always just the three of us trying to make it in America. So I really wanted to come back and I wanted to see my family, especially during this time in my life where I'm done with college and I've been trying to make a living in the States. So I wanted to share with you guys what's been going on in my life, because during the hard times in my life I've had really great people who have pushed me forward and helped me be who I am and learn and accept me for me, and I wanted to encourage you guys to be looking for people who do the same for you. I grew up in a single-parent home pretty much with my mom raising my brother and I. It was tough because she was a Korean traditional dance teacher and she did whatever she could to try to provide for us. But as you may or may not know, the arts is something very difficult and it's really hard to make a living to do with something that you actually want to do. Growing up, I saw how hard it was for our family, and I didn't think that I could actually pursue music and make a living off of it, because I'm the oldest and I felt the responsibility to provide or help provide, and I had all these things on my shoulders, and as much as I was enjoying life, I was also stressed out a lot of the time, and it was not good for my health, and my mental capacity could not hold it all. So I had a lot of struggles growing up in that sense. And in terms of like my family dynamic, my dad wasn't so present in my life because obviously he was in Korea and I didn't know what was going on, so communication was very lacking, and so I pretty much grew up without a dad. He was someone I got to see if I visited him in the summer, but for the most part he was working, and I hadn't seen him since I was 13. And those are like crucial times in your life, you know, when you're in high school and you go to college and there's many birthdays that have passed and many graduations, many Christmases and Thanksgivings. And I mean, in general, Koreans I guess don't have to celebrate all those things, but I grew up in America, so I see people celebrating big things. And because it was just my mom, my brother, and I, we didn't always do family get-togethers like that. I was lucky enough though, and my mom was blessed enough also to have family friends, like friends who would invite us to these get-togethers, so we would see what it's like to have these celebrations. So as much as I didn't have someone present in my life to teach how to have a father figure, I felt like I saw that in other families where my friends had very present fathers or whatever, and you know, honestly, because he was so not in my life, I didn't think of it as something that was necessary. And I think for a long time I've been covering up like the hurt and stuff that I had been feeling. I would always think like, oh, if he was around more, or if he was able to help, then I wouldn't have to work so hard to just try to make ends meet and try to do the things that I wanted to do, which is music, obviously, and to go to college and all these things. As much as I was trying to be happy with things, it was just one thing after another. You know, I was really grateful for my friends though, because they would invite me to their Thanksgivings and their Christmases, and I would see what a family typically would celebrate and how they would celebrate, and I knew what I wanted and I knew what I was lacking too. And we're all different as individuals and we can all take situations differently, but naturally because of that, I'm actually a very sensitive person, and I'm very aware of the people around me. I just don't want anyone to have to put themselves in a dark place kind of the way that I have. So the reason why I didn't want to really audition for the show is because I didn't know how I'd face my dad, because we hadn't been talking, but I wanted to see my family, so I went, and I actually didn't tell my dad that I was coming. Let me rewind. So before I went to Korea, I was praying about it a lot, and I just wanted God to heal me and just not make me sad anymore and cry about it anymore, and I just wanted to be stronger about it and to go there with good intentions. Go there as in Korea, so come here with good intentions and a good heart. I hadn't told my dad that I was here. Well, when I was continuing with Super Week, I was kicked off the show, so I didn't make it past like the second round or something of that week. And it ended at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and we had to go home, but we were in this remote city, and it wasn't like the central place of Korea where like all the public transportations are available. It was in the specific city. I'm not gonna say the city because that's weird if I tell you where I'm staying, but we're in the specific city for shooting, and I ended at 3 or 4 in the morning, and the only person that could pick me up was a person who lived there out of my whole family, and the only family member that lived in that city was my dad. Isn't that crazy? I was picked up by my dad, and I stayed with him, and it was bizarre. But I couldn't help but think that God was crazy. Like, he had this crazy plan where he was going to bring me to Korea using my voice that he had given me. Not to go on this competition and win, but to go to this competition so that I would ultimately be reunited with my dad and face my fears, and whether it be me teaching him how to face me too, but I think it really is me finding peace within myself and knowing that I can't hold like hate and like bitterness in my heart, especially for someone who is my dad. And it's been 2 months now, and I've been living here with him, and I'm learning a lot every day. It's not like it's like hunky-dory good times every day, but it really is something that is shaping me as a person. So the other crazy reason why that I'm living here right now is because 2 weeks before I came to Korea, I was asked to move out of the place that I was living in. And I mean, that was like a whole different other reason, because the person that I was staying with, they were going through some things, and they were just asking me nicely if I could leave. But that stressed me out even more, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to prepare for this competition, but I have to move all my stuff out of a place, and no one's gonna let me lease someplace if they don't know, like, you know, and I didn't know how long I was going to be in Korea, so my friends were just like, leave your stuff at my place, leave your stuff at my place. So my stuff is like scattered everywhere in LA right now, and I brought a couple suitcases, and I've been living here ever since. And I think God just wanted me to clean everything, no ties, just to like let me be free and try to live in Korea so that I could take time with family. And since then I've been reunited with my dad, obviously, my grandparents, and my cousins have kids now because I'm getting old. And if you didn't know, in Korea you actually become a year older, because they say that once you're out of the womb you're automatically one. So I've automatically become a lot older here by a year. And you know how I was telling you that there was like no birthday celebrations and stuff with big families, but it was my first year having my birthday here, you know, right after the competition, and it was cool, like spending time with family and celebrating my birthday with other friends that just happened to be in Korea. So I'm 23 now, but I'm 24 in Korea, which makes me feel really old. But that goes back to the point that I am now 24 in Korea, 23 in America, and I've been posting videos since I was 17 years old, meaning I've been posting videos since 2007, meaning you have all been there for me for so long. So I want to say thank you for watching me and supporting me. In 2007, when I started posting videos, it wasn't as crazy as YouTube is now. Everyone has these bomb videos with crazy quality and crazy sound quality, and for me, I was just this girl with the laptop and I was just singing. And then I started going to college and other people started doing it too, and I was just trying to graduate. But through YouTube I was able to perform a lot and get a lot of opportunities and have the courage to start writing my own songs, so I want to say thank you for that. I've always felt like God was kind of, this is like me being completely honest with you. I'm Christian, but I'm human, and I'm struggling with these things, but it's because I want to encourage you that it's okay if you're like wrestling with your faith and questioning what life is in general. But sometimes I would think that God was like teasing me, because he'd be like, oh, you can do this much, but you don't get to live as comfortably as other people, so you're gonna have to work a little harder. And that would make me feel like, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to do this because it seems to be really like simple for other people. But I mean, that's like another bad habit that I started incorporating in my life since I was young, is like comparing myself. But I have to realize that there's only one me, and you have to realize that there's only one you. And if you really believe in the things that you're doing, then as long as you have your heart and good people surrounding you. And yeah, I can say like just do it for yourself, but you should also do it for the people who believe in you. And if you don't have people who believe in you in your life, you need to make new friends, because there are good people out there. And I know that there are bad people out there too, because I've definitely met a lot of really crappy people. Crappy people who actually do well sometimes. And that's just how life is. And it's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be someone who has great people in your life, and you get to enjoy genuine good times with genuine people. So alas, as I have told you, I was not prepared to stay here as long as I have, and I actually plan on staying here for a little while until I feel like God's telling me to go back. But I want to show you how good of friends that I have. They say friends are the family that we choose. And I know that there are a lot of you who have come from broken families, who may not have a mother or a father, maybe not either. You are not alone. And I'm very blessed because I have this opportunity to try and reconcile things with my dad, and I have a wonderful mother. And I've learned that my father isn't a horrible person. It's just we express love in different ways, and sometimes, you know, out of sight, out of mind, you kind of just have to be there and just lay things straight. But I know that if I didn't have God in my life, I wouldn't have the guts or even the heart to forgive him and like come here and try to make things better. But he's trying to, and sometimes I forget that he's trying because we express things differently. But if you had told me a few months ago that I was going to come to Korea to live with him, I wouldn't have believed you. So sometimes God just throws you into a situation and you have to adapt. God's timing is crazy, okay? If this had happened any sooner, I probably wouldn't be sitting here and talking to you about forgiveness. And it's not to say that I'm like this like amazing daughter who deserves to be loved, but I wanted to be loved. You know, I've seen people who are daddy's little girl. I've seen people who say like, you know, the only man that they could trust is their father. And I didn't have that. But to say that I had nothing would be a lie, because I had my mom the whole time, and you know, it made me stronger because I want to be a good influence on my brother. Or I just surrounded myself with people who made me happy. I had a lot. It's just I get to see that now. Because when you're kind of in that situation, it's hard for you to see everything. Once you take a step back, you can see the whole picture. And, okay, as I was saying about my good friends. That's why you have to be surrounding yourself with good friends. And if you don't feel loved, if you lack that, then it is not too late to make new friends. Because I'm constantly meeting new people, and the great ones are really great. And I'm just like, where have you been all my life? In Korea. Okay, so on my birthday, my friends knew that I wasn't prepared for winter, and I'm probably gonna freeze to death here. So here's this jaqueta. This jacket. My girlfriends got this for me because they want me to stay warm, and it's like they're holding me. So thank you to my girlfriends, my ride-or-die girls, for getting this jacket for me. So even though they're not here with me, even though you guys aren't here with me, you are everywhere, because this is the only winter jacket I have. So I'm going to be wearing this everywhere. And also, let me tell you another story. I'm a vocalist. I sing. That's what I do. And I like to write. But I wasn't a trained musician. I don't play guitar well. I don't play piano well. I don't even sing amazingly. I just want to get better. But I didn't have the money to get trained. So, but the voice was something I could take everywhere, and I was born with it, so I didn't have to buy anything. So it was something that I developed on my own. So I think it's like almost a year ago where I had heard about this Voice Live Touch, right? And it's like a voice looper, and you can like make patterns with it, you can sing with it, it'll automatically harmonize with you. And I always wanted one, but I didn't have the opportunity to get one, and I was always working, but I had to pay my bills. I had to pay student loans, my car payments, my rent, all these things, and it just didn't seem like a practical thing to buy, but I always wanted one because it's like something that could help my voice even bigger. And my friends knew that back at home, and Daniel, thank you, he rounded up a bunch of people, and first they wrote me letters, and Sarah made this beautiful card for me. It says, 생일 축하해. It's such a pretty card. She's like an artist. I mean, she is an artist, not like an artist. And inside there's a bunch of letters, and I got to read each and every one of them, so thank you. And they got me the Voice Live Touch. And I have to tell you that as awesome as it would have been to get it when I wanted it at first, it's like way more awesome to know that my friends chipped in to get this for me. And it makes me want to make more music with this. And my friends are the people who believe in me even when I don't believe in me. And when I felt like I didn't have like the family, that the typical family that everyone had, like they were the ones that were there for me. So I really hope that you have good friends in your life. And I really hope that you can be yourself to them, and they make you want to be a better person, and you make them want to be a better person, because I know that I am undeserving. I am undeserving of anything, and grace is like the hugest thing. I am shown grace by God. I am shown grace by my friends. I'm shown grace by my family. And the biggest thing is that I'm learning through the music industry, or any industry in general. Like, people will judge you, and there's a lot of aspects in like knowing the right people and whatever, but life is like that too. You gotta know the right people. You gotta know who the good people are in your life and surround yourself with them. And seriously, this is my mentality with music. I've met a lot of talented musicians. I've met a lot of great talented musicians, people who I want to support to the end of time, because not only are they so good at what they do, but because their life is so amazing and them as a person like inspires me, why wouldn't I want them to do well? Why wouldn't I want them to get to the top and just inspire other people to believe that they can do it too and still stay so humble and grounded? I have the best friends, an amazingly strong family. That's what you should envy about me. But you don't have to, because you can surround yourself with the right people and you can continue doing the things that you love. So that's why I want to say thank you for watching me throughout these years. Watching me as a 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old. Even when I had crappy sound, even when I had crappy video quality, even when I was wearing my retainers and my glasses. I had long hair, short hair, red hair, blonde hair, hot mess hair, flobby hair. Thank you for letting me be me. I will continue to be the best me that I can, and I hope that you can too. And that you will be kind to those around you. I think kindness is so important because, I mean, yeah, I've gotten the chance to perform and get paid for something that I love to do. That's bizarre, like to be flown out somewhere and to sing songs and get paid because that's your profession. But I've also worked at like restaurant industry. I worked at a salon as a receptionist. I've worked as a peer academic counselor at school. I've worked at Sephora. I've worked at a boba shop. Worked all those places, and I've worked hourly wage. I've worked like minimum hourly wage. You know, that's like serious perspective. People work really hard, but just be nice. When you're ordering something at a restaurant, or someone's taking your order, or someone calls you and wants you to do a survey, even if you're annoyed, just be nice. They're just doing their job. Like with musicians too, like, yeah, there's some musicians that I don't care to listen to, and there's some musicians I love to listen to, but man, you gotta give it to them. Like, they're doing their thing. So if you want to learn more about people and how to be kind and how hard people really work, just go anywhere and work minimum wage for more than a month. Get to know the people there. That could be their dream. You know, making like the best food ever. So leave a comment or a video. Let me know what's going on in your life. I have more time here, even though I'm working here too. I'm doing a bunch of things, but I hope to do some shows here while I'm here. Yeah, let me know what's going on in your life. I'm going to be praying more. And I'll be sure to pray for you. And please continue to pray for me, because Lord knows that I be struggling. Thank you for everything. Love. I'll be back in the States sooner than you know it. Okay? I'm sorry I'm like so washed out. I really need to figure out this lighting situation.